What happens if a child gets COVID-19 symptoms at school? The guidelines schools must follow if a student exhibits coronavirus symptom at school. If a child shows symptoms of COVID-19 while at school, they will be isolated instantly and their parents will be informed. The child will then be referred to the hospital to have the necessary test. The child will not be allowed to return to school until negative PCR result is obtained. If the child's test is negative, if the test result is negative but there is a clinical assessment of probable COVID-19, the child will still need to quarantine for 14 days. If the test result is negative and there's no clinical suspicion of COVID-19, then the child can resume school as soon as he or she is symptom-free. If the child's test is positive, if a student tests positive for COVID-19, schools must implement a contact tracing process, identifying all students and staff members who've had close contact with a positive case. All of the traced contacts of the patient should then commence the 14-day quarantine, counted from the day of the positive test or from the day of the onset of symptoms if ascertained by the clinician. Who is considered a close contact? Anyone who spent more than 15 minutes in a proximity of 2 meters with a positive case from the day of symptoms onset or the day of the positive PCR test, including both teachers and classmates. In cases of COVID-19 emergency, the school should follow their guidelines for emergencies as recommended by the school's qualified nurse or doctors while wearing adequate personal protection equipment. The health and safety person in charge at the school must ensure that the child is accompanied by an adult wearing full PPE when they are transported to their home or to the hospital. Measure for disinfection should be taken as per guidelines for the classroom and the school premises used by the child being traced and the holding isolation room where the staff and students wait for their transportation. If students or staff have been confirmed positive according to a COVID-19 PCR test by an accredited facility, they can only return if they can get a clearance certificate by DHA stating that they are discharged from isolation. Schools will have to abide by the contact tracing procedures by providing DHA with all the records needed to trace potential contacts of the confirmed COVID-19 cases. Upon the onset of the academic year, the school should collect health and travel declaration forms from all students and staff. A policy of staying at home if unwell for students, teachers, or school staff with symptoms should be enforced. The most common symptoms of COVID-19 include fever, dry cough, and tiredness. Less common symptoms are aches and pains, sore throat, diarrhea, conjunctivitis, headache, loss of taste or smell, and skin rash.
Hello everyone, welcome back to school. We're so glad to have you back for the summer. Learning and playing will still be lots of fun, but things are going to be a bit different for a while. Meet Tom. He's going to tell you about what our school looks like now and how we can all help to keep each other safe.
Hi everyone, I'm Tom and this is my bubble. I have a bubble that stretches all the way to the end of my arms. All my friends have bubbles too, and so do my teachers. My new class is one big bubble. When we're at school, we have to stay in our bubble. We don't want to get too close to someone else's, otherwise it might pop. When we come to school, we will say goodbye to our parents at the gate. Our new teacher will be there to meet us. Once we get into our classroom, we will wash our hands. We will also have our temperature taken, like this. We will stay in our new class with our new teacher. Our classroom looks a little bit different to usual, but I will have my own seat, or areas to learn and play where I can put my things. When we go out to play, we will have our own play zone with our own toys. We must stay in our play zone with our bubble. We don't want to burst anyone else's bubble. We need to wash our hands much more at the moment to keep the germs away. When we sneeze or cough, we must cover our mouths. We could sneeze into our elbow like this. Then we must wash our hands. When we go to the toilet, we must flush the toilet and wash our hands really well. We must not share food with anyone else, and we must remember to wash our hands before we eat and after we eat. We will have to find new games to play outside and try not to burst anyone else's bubbles. At the end of the day, we will meet our parents again at the gate. When we get home, we must wash our hands really well and change out of our uniform so it can be washed.
Thank you, Tom. You've shown us all the things we need to do to keep ourselves safe at school. We're so excited to have you back for the summer.
And always remember, be safe, be responsible, facing the new normal through a positive growth mindset towards quality education.
Hello everyone, my name is and I am studying in the Philippine Global School. Today I'll be showing you how to wash your hands properly because there's a pandemic and we have to be safe. So here's how. So first, wash hands with water. Apply enough soap to cover all hand surfaces. Rub hands palm to palm. Right palm over left dorsum with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Backs of fingers to opposite palms and fingers interlocked. Rotational rubbing of left thumb clasped in right palm and vice versa. Rotational rubbing backwards and forwards with clasped fingers or right hand in left palm and vice versa. Now rinse hands with water. Dry hands thoroughly with a single-use towel. Use towel to turn off faucet. Throw the towel properly. And now my hands are clean. Thank you for watching. Always remember, be safe, be responsible, facing the new normal through a positive growth mindset towards a quality education. Bye-bye! Hello everyone, my name is and I am studying in the Philippine Global School. For today, I'll be showing you how to hand rub properly. So first, you add some sanitizer. Then rub hands palm to palm Right palm over left dorsum with interlaced fingers and vice versa. Palm to palm with fingers interlaced. Backs of fingers to opposite palms with fingers interlocked. Rotational rubbing of left thumb clasp in right palm and vice versa. Rotational rubbing backwards and forwards with clasped fingers of right hand and left palm and vice versa. Once dry, your hands are safe. Thank you for watching. Always remember, be safe, be responsible, facing the new normal through a positive growth mindset towards a quality education.